Hi, I'm John Fitzgerald and welcome to this week's edition of Team WealthBuilders. I did a weekend seminar just a couple of weeks ago and I told the Baboon story, and I haven't told this story for a long time, but I thought I'd tell it on Team WealthBuilders because it just reminds me about how if we want to put change into our life, how it can affect the people around us. And this is a good story, and it's actually a true story. A few years ago, we did a Toogoolawa challenge in Tanzania where we rode mountain bikes around the Mt Kilimajaro. And we were with the Masai Tribes at the time. It was just fantastic. And we were camping outside the little villages. And I remember one day going into the village with Leon, who was the Masai leader, and he was our guide throughout the 15-day excursion. And he and I went in to get some supplies from the little village. And I'm sitting outside what you'd call like a makeshift store, and there was a hessian bag on the ground. And I said to Leon, is that there for a reason? He said, oh yeah, that's because we've been having a problem with the baboons. And I said, what are you talking about? He said, oh, we put that there because we've been having all sorts of troubles with the baboons. They come in at dusk or at night time and they steal things, they take things. Sometimes they can get violent and sometimes even vicious. Wow. And he said, so it's a real problem for us. And I said, but what does the hessian bag do? He said, well, we played this trick on the baboons where we put the hessian bag in the middle of the street and they're always sneaking, they're always very, very curious about what's in there. And baboons are absolutely petrified of snakes. So we got a dead snake and put it in the hessian bag. The baboon walks in, they're watching, at dusk, so there's no one around and they're sitting from behind. And the baboon walks down the street, sees the hessian bag, gets curious, picks up the hessian bag, puts his hand in to see what's in there, and feels the snake and fainted on the ground. Then the Masai ran out with some white spray, some paint, and painted the baboon white. The baboon then wakes up like minutes later, wondering where it was, and then runs back to its tribe. Now, what happens? Well, the tribe see this white thing coming to them that's actually their leader, their bull baboon leader. Some of them grunt and wanting to fight and conflict. Others start running. And Leon was telling me that it went on for nearly 7 days. They didn't see the baboons again for another 7 days. This white baboon chased the other baboons away for nearly 7 days. Now, why do I tell you that story? It's so hard to make change in our lives because the people around us don't want us to change, or they're confronted or threatened, or they just don't accept change. And it's such an amazing contrast because there's three truths, I should say, in this life. We live in a challenging, changing, complex world. But let's just deal with changing. It changes every single day, every single minute of every single day. And we've got to change with it. But here's the thing. People around us and close to us get threatened by our change. And you have to be aware of that. Because if you're going to be that 1%, if you're going to be that dynamic person, we've got to learn more. We've got to continually upgrade. We've got to do personal development. And you've got to realize you're going to go back to your tribe and they might be confronted. They might not want to accept the new you. And it could be that you need to move on. Amazing concept to think about and something that I work on every day. People around me are used to my change, used to me changing. Oh, what's John up to now? What about you? Thanks for listening to me.